Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the planetary conjunction in Vedic astrology. That if you have to understand the deeper meaning of the planetary conjunction, like the impact of that in the subtle vibration in different areas of your life, what kind of application, what kind of principles you have to apply while looking at any conjunction. So guys, to begin with, definitely if you have like 2 or more than 2 planets placed in any one specific house in your natal chart, that house will become very important, and the attributes of that house will definitely play a very pivotal role in your life. Because if 2 or more than 2 planets are placed in one house, then that means that those planets who are placed over there, they might be ruling some other houses as well. So somehow the fruits and the results of those houses are also concentrated, pinpointed to the house where the conjunction is taking place. Now guys, before you will even touch or start decoding the conjunction, it becomes very important to understand the role which those planets are playing in your life, in your lagna. Because like the way we say, Jupiter might be the most benefic planet, but for the Libra lagna, it is not a very auspicious planet. Mars might be very malefic planet, but for the Cancer, for the Leo lagna, it is the most Yoga-karaka planet, Raj-Yoga-karaka planet. So because of which, understanding the role of a planet, what it plays for your lagna becomes very important. Second thing is that guys, when we talk about houses as well, so definitely if any of the planetary conjunction taking place in the Dushtana Bhava, that becomes very difficult. Because like the way I am a advocate of this doctrine, that if a planet is strengthened, if a planet is exalted, even in the Dushtana Bhava, good results can be attained. Like for example, if you have Jupiter exalted in the 6th house, you have like Venus exalted in the 8th house, you have Mercury exalted in the 12th house. So they can still give results, but just because the innate qualities of the house, because house act as a functioning ground, where there is a lot of difficulty, obstacle, hardship, struggle, survival is attached. So the planets still have to go through all these kind of difficulties, and over there as well, I would say that doing remedies will become very important. This might play a very important role in extracting the results of that conjunction. So like for example, in the 6th house, we say the best remedy for the 6th house is the service. With the 8th house is counseling people, helping people who are going through major crisis in their life. And 12th house is definitely the house of sacrifice. 12th house is the house of divine surrender, doing service in the name of the God. So in these kind of Dushtana Bhava, if you have any of the planetary conjunction, that might be kind of little bit difficult, or where the work will be required. But there are like certain houses, like for example, if you talk about the trine houses, 1st house, 5th house, 9th house, even the angular house, if you have planets conjunct over there, and those planets are also very auspicious for you, those are the planets which are like Yoga-karaka for your lagna, those are the planets which are Raj-Yoga-karaka for your lagna, then definitely guys, it's not like that only in the dasha of that planet it will give good results, but somehow that will also shape up as a part of your personality as well. If you have 3 planets, 4 planets conjunct in your 3rd house, so one thing can be said with confidence, just first look at a chart that this person might have a wide circle of friends. If you have 3 or 4 planets being placed in your 10th house, you can say this thing with confidence that this person might have multiple resources at his work front. If 3 or 4 planets are placed in the 9th house, then we can say that this person might have got right set of mentors, teachers, guide in his life. So that is the one aspect. But now the main thing comes how to decode a conjunction and what is the most deciding and important factor over there. So guys, after when you have done this decoding that the specific planet which is a part of a conjunction in your chart is a auspicious planet for you, it's a like a karaka, Yoga-karaka planet for you. So then we can say this thing that in the conjunction, how closely 2 planets or 3 planets are conjunct with each other, that will give you this insight that in this concentration of the planets in the motley combination, how the results will manifest. So let's say for example guys, whenever you have to study the degree of the planets, you have to divide it in 5 divisions. Like the way we say this thing that if a planet is placed within the 0 to 6 degrees, that planet is in an infant stage. It is still in a fledgling stage where it needs the power, strength. You still have to do the remedies, you still have to wear the gemstone to get the best out of that planet. If a planet is placed from 6 to 12 degrees, we call it a kind of a teenage stage of a planet, where with the right set of guidance, this planet can manifest good results. After that, guys, from 12 to 18 degrees is considered as the youthful stage of a planet. And trust me, if your Lagna is of Mars, your Lagna is of this youthful degrees, like from 12 degree to 18 degrees, then this is a good sign of being youthful. Like if Mercury or Mars or Moon is in Lagna ruled by these planets of yours is in the youthful stage of 12 to 18 degrees, then we can say this thing that your appearance might be youthful, or your charm, your dynamism, your drive will always be youthful. After that, guys, any planet which is within the 18 to 24 degrees, that is considered as mature, and from 24 to 30 degrees a planet is considered as almost equivalent to dead. Over there, doing remedies will become very important. So now, guys, we have understood that if you have to study any of the planetary conjunction, the first thing is that in which house conjunction is taking place. If a conjunction is taking place of auspicious planets, where planets are working in tandem, in harmony with each other, but they are placed in the Dushtana Bhava, you still have to go through little bit of the struggle before getting the best result out of that. But if the conjunction is taking place in your trine house, in the angular house, then with ease and grace you will get the results. Not only those characteristics will be visible as a part of your personality of those planetary conjunction of that house, but also in its dasha you will get the best results. Now, guys, after that you have to see the degrees of the planets as well. That you have got to know that for a Aries Lagna, like Sun, Jupiter, Mars are the important planets. If they are making any conjunction in the 5th house, in the 9th house, in the 10th house, this is a very good Raj Yoga of success. Second thing is that now you have to see the degree of these conjunct planets, how close they are to each other. And after that, we will get into our today's case study, for which only I am giving you this whole background or introduction. So, guys, if two planets are like conjunct within 3 to 2 degrees of each other, then the possibility of the same planets repeating this conjunction in the divisional chart goes high. What does that mean? See, guys, looking at any of the Rashi chart or the ascendant chart of a person, you get to know an overall idea of the journey of the life. Where a native looking at the Lagna, you get to know different pieces of the life of the person. There is a part of this person's life which he shares with his children. There is a part which he shares with his wife. There is a part which he contributes a section of his life to his career. So all of that comprehensive information you get to know from the Lagan chart. But let's say, for example, your quest only is to see how happy this person is going to be. Then you can see that in the D16 chart. You want to see the spiritual prospect, you can see that in the D9 chart, or you can see that in the D20 chart. If you want to know about the past life, you can see the D12 chart, you can see the D60 chart. So that is the only reason, guys, if you have any of the planetary conjunction taking place where the two planets are conjunct within 2 or 3 degrees with each other, the same conjunction will repeat in the divisional chart as well. And over there, then you can see that, okay, if I'm getting blessed in one specific area of life, so how the planetary vibration in a very subtle way supporting me, or if I'm facing obstacle, I'm facing hurdle, what could be the energies responsible for that. You can also see that because that conjunction will be repeating the same pattern in different divisional charts as well. And lastly, guys, if you will find that planets which are very tightly conjunct with Rahu and Ketu, so that means conjunction will repeat itself in the divisional charts as well. So that will be a very deeper, precise information that whatsoever gifts or blessings or suffering you are going through, what could be responsible for that, how it is going to be impacting you in different specific areas of your life. Let's say, for example, if you will come across an artist who is considered as exceptional genius, but moreover than that, in his career path, at always at the right stages, right time, he got lucky in seeing or meeting, being guided by the right set of people. Or if an artist who has, irrespective of being very talented, he never got a launch pad, he never get the right set of support, recognition, and his career was filled with disappointment, struggle, miseries, alcoholism. Then if the same person also has got a conjunction where either Rahu or Ketu are conjunct with important planets, very tightly conjunct. So looking at the D3 chart, which is the chart of skill, or the D10 chart, which is the chart of profession, you will get to know that why is this person has suffered and why this person has stayed blessed. That will give you this insight. So yes guys, now after this whole discussion, and before I will switch to the case study, the giveaway of this topic from my end is that if you have any of the conjunction where if it is taking place between the Yog Karaka planet and the Raj Yog Karaka planet, where these two planets are strong, they are potent, then you can say that they both will support, they both will work in tandem with each other, they both will reinforce each other's objective or motive. But let's say for example, if you have a Raj Yog Karaka planet, favorable planet for your Lagna, being conjunct with a malefic planet, then it might pull the good qualities of the benefic planet, Yog Karaka planet in your case as well. So let's say for example, if for the Libra Lagna, if you have the conjunction of Saturn with Jupiter, this will not be considered as very good. Same way for the Sagittarius Lagna. Now Jupiter becomes your like ascendant lord. Jupiter and Moon conjunction, Gaj Kesari Yoga is considered as very good. But for the Sagittarius Lagna, Moon has got the rulership over the 8th house as well. So if a Gaj Kesari Yoga will take place for the Sagittarius Lagna, it might not be very strong. Like you have to do the remedies for the planet Moon. So yes guys, after that, now let's take up the case study. So the case study which like came to my mind was of Billie Eilish's chart. She's a singer and we all know about her fame, we all know about her market value, her wealth, and all the awards which she has won. But moreover guys, if you will look at her chart, in her chart, the birth details you can see on the screen as well. In her chart, most important thing is that she has got Sun and Ketu conjunct in the 11th house, where Sun and Ketu are conjunct on the same degree. Only when you go deeper within the degree as well, over the minutes there is a slight difference. So that means that in her natal chart, Sun Ketu conjunction is there where they are very tightly conjunct, and because of the closeness within the degrees, the same pattern is getting repeated in different divisional charts as well. So now one thing we got to know that with this kind of combination and taking place in such a auspicious, visible house of popularity, house of acceptance, house of talents, that in itself tells about that definitely whatsoever fame or recognition she has earned in this lifetime, the soul, Ketu is connected with your past, Sun is connected with your soul, with the fame in the 11th house. That means that soul has been working hard consistently from past so many lifetimes. Now if you have to see that how this deeper subtle vibration is impacting her in different divisional chart, so we will be only now focusing on this Sun and Ketu and picking up different divisional chart, and we will be seeing that how this conjunction or how the soul is benefiting her in different areas of the life as well. All the virtues and all the things which she has earned, which is carrying within her soul in this lifetime as well, how it has benefited her in different areas of the life as well. So guys, if you will look at her D9 chart, in her D9 chart as well, her Sun and Ketu are conjunct in the 12th house. So that also tells about, because Sun gets exalted in the Aries. So for the musicians and the artists and creative people, somehow guys, as you can see that Venus or Venus Lagna becomes very important. And for the singers specifically, Taurus becomes very important, because Taurus is the original second house energy of your voice. So you can see that Sun and Ketu are conjunct, Sun being exalted in her 12th house. Now let's have a quick sight at different divisional chart in her case as well. So guys, the minute you will look at her D3 chart, the chart which is responsible for your skill, for your drive, your motivation, connection with the siblings. In her case, that is a different case, that her sibling brother also has played a very important role in her life. Now you see in the D3 chart, Sun and Ketu are conjunct in the third house of sibling. So that also tells about that she has also remained lucky in finding a sibling with whom, definitely guys, all our immediate family environment, people in our immediate family, in our blood family, they all are somehow karmically connected with us. But in her case, she has been rewarded by finding those specific people who have contributed in her journey. So understand it in this way, that what we saw as the conjunction in the main ascendant chart acted as a fruit. Now we are studying the different branches, leaves, stems, root, and all different aspects. So that means she has got benefited, but the soul and the ultimate result was well supported by how Sun Ketu energy has functioned very beneficially in all different houses in her case. After D3 chart, guys, if you will look at her D4 chart, which is the chart of happiness. So over there you will see that Ketu and Sun are conjunct with Jupiter in the second house. So if D4 chart is the chart of property, if it is the divisional chart of giving you deeper information of your happiness, so that means second house is about happiness on the account of family, on the account of wealth. Now guys, if you will look at the D7 chart, in the D7 chart, guys, like D7 chart is primarily the chart of sex. It is primarily the chart of children. So if you will look at over here, she has got Ketu and Sun conjunct in her 6th house. So although in her case, in the D7 chart, Moon and Venus being in a water sign in the 5th house, 2 water planets in a watery sign, that in itself tells about a female progeny. But how much happiness she will receive or how much she will struggle on that account, that Sun and Ketu will give information. I do not know she has kids right now or not, she is married or not, but Ketu Sun in the 6th house in the D7 chart is not a very harmonious energy in this regard. Now guys, after looking at her D10 chart, the most important, so in her D10 chart you will see that Sun and Ketu are conjunct in the 5th house of art, entertainment, creativity, and within the D10 chart as well, guys, if you will see, Venus is exalted. So but right now our objective is not that. Our objective is only to see that this close tight knit conjunction specifically with Ketu, which tells about the past life as well, how it has benefited her in a subtle vibration in different areas of life. So definitely guys, 5th house is the house of entertainment. After that, D12 chart. Now D12 chart is the chart of, I would say, it tells about the parents, it tells about the past life as well. In the D12 chart, it is conjunct in the 3rd house. So again guys, because I got to know that in her case, her parents were also somehow connected with media as well. Now definitely they were not as successful, as famous, as like gifted and talented as Billie Eilish is, but yeah, in the D12 chart connected in the 3rd house, which tells about her immediate past life, skill, talent, which the soul has been working hard to perfect them. D16 chart, the chart of happiness, guys. So over here as well, you can see that Ketu is conjunct with Sun over here in her like 6th house. So yes guys, over here, like beating yourself too much just to strive for perfection, we can see with this kind of combination taking place in her 6th house. Now how can we see this conjunction in the D20 chart, which is the chart of spirituality? So over here you can see that her Sun and Ketu are conjunct in the 8th house. So now I do not know, I have not read much about her philosophies, about like how religious and spiritual inclined she is. Like I still remember in one of the performances given by Rihanna, she was wearing a very expensive Burmese ruby, over which the Myanmar military and the many protesters also protested, because all those rubies which are considered as world's best are seen as the blood ruby, because they are used to fund the military operations and all. But somehow, so that also tells about that many musicians and artists, they also somehow believe in this planetary vibration and energy as well, which they try to reinforce and elevate through these talismans, through these gemstones and all. So I have not read about how much Billie Eilish believe in it. I still remember in one of the interview where Megan Fox was carrying one of the book of palmistry as well. So lot many models and actors, they believe in it. I don't know about the faith of Billie Eilish, but looking at her D20 chart, it looks like that she might be superstitious or believing in all these things as well. Now guys, looking at her D24 chart, which is a chart which tells about your higher learning. So in her D24 chart, her Sun and Ketu are conjunct in her 9th house, which is actually the house of learning. If you will look at her D27 chart, which tells about your mental strength, over there Sun and Ketu are conjunct in the 12th house, which in itself is kind of a little bit vulnerable energy, because it tells about the insecurities as well. After that guys, if you will look at the D30 chart, which is the chart of weakness, diseases, obstacles, over there Sun and Ketu are conjunct in the 11th house, which is not a very strong sign, because that also tells about that in the career, in popularity, there might be intermittent troubles as well, or fear of losing it. After that guys, if you look at the D40 chart, which is actually the chart of the kind of support and whatever we have received from the maternal lineage. So over here you can see that Sun and Ketu are conjunct in the 10th house. So somehow the genetics or the support or the blessings, prayers of mother might have played a role in her success as well. D45 chart, which tells about the paternal lineage, over there Sun and Ketu are again conjunct in the 10th house. And lastly guys, in the D60 chart, as you can see that Sun and Ketu are conjunct in the 7th house. So whatsoever she will encounter, she will go through in the matters of a relationship, that might be somehow connected with her past experiences, past feelings as well. So yes guys, like the way now you can see that when it comes down to studying the planetary conjunction, not only looking at them in the Lagan chart can give you information regarding someone's innate personality, innate likes and dislikes, and which area of your life could be bountiful, because if 3 or 4 planets are placed in one house, that in itself has got some meaning attached to it, and nothing could be better than that. If those planets are very tightly conjunct with each other, the same pattern is getting repeated in the different divisional chart, then that means that subtle vibration impacts you in all areas of your life. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.